Sex Party with your host, Dustin Rybka.
Hello and welcome to Sex Party. I'm your host, Dustin Rybka. With me on the show this week is friend of mine, friend of the show. She's a sex therapist. She's a coach. She's Amanda Pahl, a.k.a. Handy Mandy. We're going to get into some wild conversation about kinks, piss content, two girls, one cup. We revive the age-old debate, is squirt pee or is it female ejaculate? And does it even fucking matter? How to approach going about getting some of your kinkier desires met. How to maybe refine where you're looking to find some of these things that maybe on the darker side of the sexual spectrum that turn you on. She is launching a brand new coaching series called Nkish. It's designed to help you maybe take those first couple steps into something wilder, regardless if you're in a relationship, if you're a single man, if you're a single woman. She gives some advice if you're a single woman trying to get into more of the kink spaces and have some more kinky experiences. She gives some advice to men on how not to be creepy and get into those sort of kinkier spaces, darker spaces, you know, in the right way. We talk about low libido in men, low libido in women. This thing is wild as it always is with Amanda. So without further ado, please enjoy my conversation with Amanda Pahl.
This week's conversation.
Amanda Pahl, welcome back to Sex Party. It's an amazing day when I get to say welcome back. This is if my accounting department, the imaginary department in my head, if their numbers are correct, their calculations are correct, this is your fourth appearance on Sex Party. How are we doing?
We're doing good. I think 3 episodes, 1 Christmas special. Right?
I think this is 4, right? This is the 4th episode. This is your 4th full episode. And then you had an appearance in 2 Christmas specials. So I think 2. But
I couldn't tell you.
yeah, I went back and looked. So that's what the accounting department is. I don't know why accounting would be in charge of who's been on the show and how long. I mean, it's like they're billing anyone. I don't know what that would be.
Yeah,
but
I haven't gotten my payments yet.
You will.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, you will. They're coming at some point. Probably in 2027.
You're accounting my appearances.
Yeah, we're keeping track for the people out there. You're one of my favorite guests. You know, I love all of my guests. I really truly do. There's been 1 or 2, we won't go into it, that have been problematic. we'll say.
I want to go into it. We don't have to.
Yeah, but I still love them, although sure. But let's say someone has never tuned into the show, which is a high probability because we've got a lovely audience, a lovely base of people who listen and watch this show. They probably know you, but for the people who don't, maybe they drank antifreeze on accident instead of a vodka soda, right? Maybe they had a skateboarding thing, right? Or
it happens to the best of us.
Sure. So the last almost 4 years, they've been wiped out, knocked out, coma, sleeping it off, right?
Missing the last 4 years, not the worst idea.
No. Actually, it's welcome back. Sorry. And they're here for some reason. They're tuned into this show. They have already had it with me. Like, shut the fuck up, big mouth. Could you talk a little bit about who you are and what you do for these poor people who just came back into the world of the living?
Yes.
Yeah.
Therapy is the short answer. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist, sex therapist specifically. The internet used to know me, maybe still knows me as Handy Mandy. I started in grad school just talking about all the cool things that I was learning to be a therapist about sexuality, sharing it, got banned because the internet doesn't like that. And continued on. Now I'm a fully formed well, not in my full form, but therapist, licensed. And so I work with clients, and I still try to do some like education on a broader scale, podcasts, things like that,
Sure.
to share the cool stuff about what I do and what I've learned, with a good mix of educational, informative, empathetic, but also a little chaotic and real, I guess. So many therapists are like, you know, blank wall,
Ugh,
buttoned up,
yeah.
and that is just simply not me. And it works pretty well for people. So,
Yeah, I think a lot of things. And first of all, like I probably told you this the last episode, but congrats on not entering, like you said, your final form. You're not in your final form, but the next level up and becoming a tried and true sex therapist, certified, all the things. That's not an easy task, accomplishment, goal to reach, and you reach that, and I think it's great. And I think it's amazing that you're still keeping it real, keeping it horny. You have a good sense of humor about it. And you're not this like, person with a clipboard that's like, okay, now tell me again about your mom and your dream or whatever, because I feel like that stuff has played its part. And I feel like now we do need a mix of, you know, like normal humor. We're all human kind of vibes, horny. Sure. Oh, you want to do what with the fishing pole? Let's break it down so you're safe or whatever. And so, yeah, so I love that, and congratulations on all that. How long have you been practicing as an actual sex therapist?
the education, I mean, it took fucking forever, but
Yeah.
I had an internship for a little over a year where I was seeing clients for general mental health things, families, couples, individuals, all ages, all reasons. Um, I'd say about a third of them during that time for that year were sex therapy specifically, or would like fit within the umbrella.
Yeah.
So maybe not directly related to sex, but like polyamory or gender, things like that. And then I started working at Carolina Sexual Wellness Center in earlier this year. So I think in like March, it'll be 2 full years
Oh shit.
in the therapy world.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's my dream job. I love my clients. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to work because everyone feels like that. And then
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm like fist pumping my way down the stairs because it was so good.
Yeah.
And I love my clients.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's what it takes to do what you do and keep it, and hopefully I feel like you'll be able to maintain that 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now. You might need some vacations, but I think you'll be fist pumping down the hallway for a long, long time because you just have that kind of vibe, even when like the chips are down a little bit. And, you know, sex is always going to be a complicated, frustrating thing for the public to consume. But I think you have the right, that's why I really like, having you on and like kind of becoming friends with you through this, because it's you have this like great attitude towards it, where it's like it's you're not afraid to be like, yeah, things might be bad, or you might not be able to kind of talk about this as open, but here's an anecdote and something else you could do to make that easier. So I love that about you. What would you say in the last 2 years, right? What would you say is something that that keeps coming up throughout all, like, not everyone, but like what's the most common thing that people are coming to you and like, I really need help with this, please?
Ooh, low libido.
In men or women?
Yes, mostly women.
Okay. Oh,
Mostly
really?
women.
Oh, okay.
Um, it happens for so many reasons. There's so many factors to why you just don't feel horny. And there's so much misinformation and assumptions about like there's something medically wrong, or you can do like mental backflips for years trying to figure out why you don't feel horny. And a lot of it is psychological, or the partner that you're with, or just lack of the most basic communication. Like,
Yeah.
you talk about sex all the time. I talk about sex all the time. So I think in my mind, I'm like, oh, everyone talks about sex all the time on this high level. And then meeting with people who they can't tell me what, their wife likes
Yeah.
after 25 years of marriage. It's like, oh, okay. So sometimes it's just the most basic, like learning how to communicate.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you start feeling horny, and these things you've struggled with and thought about for years, it's like, oh, we just had to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like that's where people get hung up on everything is, to beat the dead horse that has been dead for a long time on the show is like if someone's like, what have you learned in 200 plus episodes? I would be a fool. I mean, I am a fool, but I'd be a fool not to say, most of it can be summed up with communication. That thing that you're desperately hiding and you're afraid to tell your partner, that's the thing that you need to tell your partner again and again and again and again. And so, I mean, it goes right along with what you've said. I mean, it sounds really simple, but it's not, right?
Mhm.
So mostly low libido in women is more of a mental thing than a physical thing. In
Yes.
your experience.
Yes. And I mean, it all ties together, but have you heard of the dual control model? Probably, maybe.
No, it sounds like a really insane like 90s like heavy metal band.
The dual control
The
model.
dual control model this Friday at whatever. Go ahead.
No, this is the education that everyone who comes through sex therapy gets from me at my practice. Gas pedal, brake pedal. For whether or not your brain decides that you should be turned on right now, or that you should reach orgasm. So it's like sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system. They're both within you, different systems, but for the same thing. So the brake pedal is constantly looking for reasons not to be turned on. Things you're seeing, hearing, smelling,
Yeah.
tasting. If you're at work, not a good time to be turned on. If your mom walks in, really good reason not to be turned on.
Sure.
And your gas pedal is constantly looking for reasons to be turned on. And they're happening at the same time. So a lot of it is just looking at, okay, what's on your brake pedal that it's overriding even the hot things, even the things your partner is doing, the reasons you should get turned on. And if it's not medical, physical, the top two reasons are stress and body image. And people don't think it has that much of an impact, but like, if you have a terrible day at work and your dad just died and all the worst things in the world happened, and your partner is like giving you a massage and all the sexy things, it doesn't matter how much you put on the gas, your parking brake is on, you're not going anywhere. And so
Yeah.
when you have chronic stress or stressors that keep coming up that you can't address, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter how many hot things you fill your life with. You have to learn how to take stuff off the brake. I don't know how we got into that. I
It
just
doesn't matter.
ranted,
No, it
but
doesn't. No,
that's like
it
the
doesn't.
most important part of understanding libido is what's on your brake, what's on your gas, what can you take
Yeah.
off the brake, what can you put on the gas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, stress, for fuck's sake, everyone's stressed out. It doesn't even matter. Like, especially now. And I feel like they say that, was it Gen Z or Gen Z is like not having any sex or whatever the fuck or something like that. And I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
less.
yeah, because they're losing it. They're losing their mind about everything. And like, I get it. I believe I'm a millennial, an elder millennial, and so, but like, I'm stressed as shit, but for me, it's like
A turn on.
to be stressed.
No, do you get horny when you're stressed?
See, this is why you're good. This is why you're good because I get horny in both
Just
both
always
things.
horny.
Yeah, to be honest. And it's sick and it's like gross. And I'm like, and I know it is. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. Like I think my brake pedal is actually broken. You know what I mean? And but I'm immensely stressed. And I can remember like horrific shit happening in my personal life and in the world. And like 9/11, right? Like I was like I remember I have to have sex. You know what I mean? Like I remember like I was dating someone and it was like I have to have sex, right? Like, and she's like, oh, that was, and I'm like, no, we did another round. Like that was the thing. And then I, the fucking pick something terrible, and it's either me with a partner or me like in the masturbating. Exactly. Like multiple times. So there's that. But I also feel like sometimes, like if we're on a plane and it's going down, I would just start masturbating because why not? You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
making out with somebody or something or whatever,
Both at the same time is
Yes. Yes. Yeah. The plane's going down. We're done. This is it. Let's fucking bust
strap
one.
in and strap on
Yeah.
for impact.
Strap in and strap on. I think that could be an episode title potentially. It's a contender. But I just think that people are so stressed and either they go my way, like, oh, this you crazy way, or they go the other way. I don't think there's really much in between. But I also find myself sometimes, and I'm sure you've come across this too with your clients, is that either you don't know where it's coming. It's just like happens at the worst time, right? Like you shouldn't be turned on, and then all of a sudden, like maybe you're like really exhausted. It's like 4:30 a.m. and you're like, your brain is like masturbate, and you're like, no, we have to fucking sleep. We're gonna die, or like, and then it's like, no, don't drink that water. Masturbate. Like that happens to me a lot too. So, what the hell is that, Amanda?
A coping mechanism, Dustin.
For
No.
For exhaustion?
No. Okay. So with stress, stress for people who have, I call it not broken because that's sad. A sticky brake pedal, like it takes a lot of force to hit the brake, and a really sensitive gas pedal. You can go at any moment. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, people will get more horny when they're stressed because it is actually a stress reliever. So your body knows you're stressed, and it's like, what's something that we could just release really quick to make me feel better? Sex. So I'm stressed, I'm horny, that'll help. And that's fine, because as long as it's not like compulsive, you have control over it somewhat. Like sex as a stress reliever. Yeah. Pretty good. What was your other with there's a bug in here. With tiredness.
Oh, like just like full blown exhaustion.
Yeah.
Like I've edited 2 podcast episodes. I should be dead.
The hormones that your brain releases when you come, when you orgasm, make you tired. So there might be a part of your brain that's like, I'm exhausted, I should go to sleep. If I bust a nut, I know I'll fall asleep right after that. Or maybe you're just bored.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That word isn't really in my vocabulary, but potentially. Like you bored how? What do you mean?
If you have like low stimulation, are you the kind of person that's always like running around, doing something, hustle, work, fuck, do another thing, club, another club, bust another nut, bust.
Bust. Yeah.
I am plane.
Yeah.
Then when you don't have that going on and you have, I don't know, 5 minutes of quiet time, your brain freaks out. Like, we need to be doing something so I can just jerk off.
Yeah. Yes. That's exactly, you just described me to a T. Yeah, and it's gotten worse over time. Like, if I'm not productive, and I keep it in my head, I'm like, oh God, I really need a nap or a break or whatever, but I never take. I mean, I try, but it doesn't work out,
Mm-hmm.
So.
But jerking off as an action is productive because it's goal oriented for most people, and you're left with a product. So we don't think of it that way, but if you are like constantly needing to be doing something and you
Yeah.
have 5 seconds of downtime and your brain says, let's do this, it's just another something to do.
Yeah. I mean, that is true. You are producing the something.
Calm.
So yeah.
Yeah.
You're producing cum.
Hopefully.
You're you're a producer. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
I think a lot of people are like that. And I think that, low libido in women, sure. Right. But like low libido in men, like this is a whole other monster. But what I've been like, from what I've been understanding, even as I like grow older and I have this ultra insane sex drive, they're like, I think more and more, especially as we start introducing like more and more fucking like Viagra and blue chews and like all these things, we're discovering that, and push against me when I'm wrong because you're the pro. But most of low libido in men is psychological. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and
So
are people using blue chews for low libido?
I mean, I think I'm lumping in low libido and,
ED.
trouble getting an erection. Yeah. Which is probably not the same, huh?
No, it's not the same, but you could have both.
Yeah.
It is
It's
largely psychological. When somebody comes in and says, I have low libido or I have ED, number one is making sure your blood work is good, your heart's good, and your testosterone levels are good. And if all 3 of those check out and you have ED or low libido, it's probably psychological or relational. And we don't want to think about that because there's no pill for that. But depression is a huge one for libido in men, like motivation, energy, all of those things. If you can't stay awake long enough throughout the day to have sex, then you're not going to be wanting to have sex.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. That's that, whatever. And so when you have a client like that who is like low libido, depressed, whatever, what's the treatment?
Well, if they go on medication for depression, that's one part of it. But what I do, because I'm not a doctor, is, I mean, it's kind of half and half. Sex therapy, you really don't talk about sex as the majority of the session. If somebody has depression and low libido, you treat the depression, which could be from they feel like they're going nowhere in life and they don't like their work. Their relationship is not fulfilling and they just can't admit that to themselves. Like there are so many contributing factors to depression. You address those, increase your self-confidence, increase your happiness. And then if the libido doesn't come back after that, there might be something else in between. But usually if depression is like one of the big causes, you address that, libido will come back with it.
Yeah, and I think like fucking when they put people on meds and shit, that can like make it worse sometimes, all the time.
Antidepressants
like
can.
Fucking SSRIs and shit. Yeah, okay. Let's transition out of this. but no, I mean, it's important to tackle, right? But I think there's a lot of knowledge out there. I mean, I just feel like hopefully there would be some sort of combo thing where it's not an SSRI. Oh, here's a fucking a Rose Sparks to get your confidence back in combination with whatever, so you can get hard or whatever. But I think if up here you're blocking, I mean, you need your brain for your pussy to get wet. You need your brain for your dick to get hard. And if your brain is like panicking, then that's it. Like there's no fucking pill that's gonna just make you. I mean, in the porn industry, there's these crazy injections and shit that people do, like right into the cock. Yeah. There's all sorts of shit. And so I guess those would work no matter what. But I think it's like almost like pure, whatever it is, fucking whatever.
Or what's the thing everyone's using? Peptides? I don't know. Um,
Oh yeah, like
anyway, moving
NAD
on.
plus.
Well, and I know those things
Yeah.
exist, but the second that you start using them and relying on them, and you don't address the actual like psychological or relationship cause,
Yeah.
tolerance goes up. You keep needing it, and then when you try not to use it, because most people don't want to use it forever, it's worse than
Yeah.
it was when they started. And then you're
Yeah.
25 and reliant on Viagra to have sex.
Yeah. See, I never even, I, I remember like popping a Viagra just to see what would happen, like in my early 30s or something. I didn't even get around to it until then. And I had like a prescription, but it was never like a needed thing. It was always like, hey, let's see, And I don't know, it was okay. It was like, I mean, it wasn't like, but people swear by that stuff, and I think there are some people who are like, hey, you need sex therapy, and here's a fucking ED pill that's treats a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and so whatever. Um, Let us know how it works out in 6 months. But I mean, that's like the doctor approach to it, and okay, cool, that's evolved a little bit. But with you, like you're working with these people, day in and day out. I mean, 2 years is no small feat. Plus, like you were doing all sorts of stuff before that as well, like podcasting and so you have a really well-rounded sexual education, but also you know what people are kind of going through, and you can see trends and spot patterns and all of these things. um I think after doing this show as long as I have, and I want to compare with what you think, that there's just so much that people want to do, so much like more darker, deviant stuff that people want to do. And for some reason, they keep butting up against it, or maybe they have a private, tab on their computer that they go to, or, an OnlyFans thing, or a secret whatever, but they don't share it with their partner or other people in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they're ashamed of it. And I think that's more of the culprit to why we're all horny and miserable than anything else.
Yeah, I agree. We can talk about sex, and even people can be comfortable talking about sex in theory, but when it comes to addressing that little, I was going to say demon, but gnome that lives in the back of your head that's like, you should jerk off to poop. People don't want to address it within themselves and get comfortable
Yeah.
with it and stop hiding it in that one tab and talk to their partners and make peace with it. Like, it's easy in
Yeah.
concept to talk about like sex positivity and dispelling shame, but actually doing it is a whole other thing. And I think people get really put off by the binary of like vanilla or
Mm-hmm.
habanero ghost pepper. Like, there's so many things in between. And a lot of times
Yeah.
when some of my clients or just people I talk to tell their partner about something they're interested in, your brain automatically goes to the extreme. And then you have this misunderstanding of like, no, actually, I just want to try like this one little thing first. But your partner's like, absolutely not. I've seen what you're talking about. I Googled it. It's terrifying.
Oh
I don't want
God.
anything to do with that. And it's like, no, if you can figure out how to voice the baby steps and then stop when you
Yeah.
find your comfortable place, like it might not even be that extreme, but it's a scary thing to do because it
Yeah.
is taboo.
Yeah. So you should jerk off to shit. Like, let's just go back to that for a second. So 2 girls, 1 cup. Right. So I obviously the shock value of that is what propelled that into our internet culture. But they made that video not for the shock value. They made it because there was a demand somewhere for
Yeah.
it. And I think people, when they're into things like that, and but what a wild video that was, right? But if that's your thing, that's your thing. And I think they anybody who's into anything, as long as it's obviously consensual and legal, right? Like, fucking go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think so much time is spent, oh my God, I'm so into this, what's wrong with me, right? And again, I'm of the mind that maybe a little exploration, self chat, if you will, about why am I interested in this is okay, but I don't think we need to solve all of those things. Like, why, why am I so into feet? Who the fuck cares? Why am I so into stepsister stuff? Like, who the fuck? I mean, is that there's no real upside to like solving the riddle, right? It kind of takes the fun away.
Yeah, everybody wants to know why they're into that thing. And you might even find like a couple memories of, when you were a kid and when maybe like the I'm forgetting all my neuroscience. The little brain tentacles connected.
The gnome you were talking about?
Yeah, the gnome put the two chords together. And
yeah.
And sometimes you can find those memories, but I think people want to know why because they think if I know why I'm into this, then I can undo it or I can do something about it. And everybody wants to know why, but you could spend forever and never figure out why. So you spend a little bit of time on like, maybe it was these 5 things. Anyway, what are we going to do with it? But imagine I don't know, you're in high school and 2 Girls, 1 Cup starts like going around the school and everybody's laughing and disgusted and this is crazy, but you're the one guy who's like, I'm actually into that. And you're hearing everyone laugh. You're going to shove it. You're going to drop kick that gnome into the neighbor's yard. Like,
yeah.
Imagine being
100%.
that guy. You just shove it down.
And if you are that guy, I need you to fucking send me a DM because we love you. We fucking sex party round of applause. We love you. We want you to finally celebrate it, right? And like I won't make your name public, but I love that people are into stuff that other people aren't. That's just my jam, and I think it's fun to celebrate that because nobody is. And you're right. And how many years did that person spend trying to fight the urge to jerk off to someone shitting in a bag or a cup or whatever? That's sad. That sucks. Nobody wants that. She probably had a horrible job because they didn't have any confidence because they're constantly fighting these thoughts. It's a lot like what I imagine if you were gay, in the fucking even now, right, in the closet, and you can't tell anybody and all this. I mean, that is not fun, and it like will make it will, if you're really like, no, that's not me, it will make you so miserable on a level that I can't even describe. And I've had crazy thoughts that I thought were, oh, these are crazy. And I needed to go to therapy to realize, no, they're not. Yeah, they're normal as shit. It just depends on what you do with them, right? And the brain will eat itself, especially sexually, because we put so much emphasis on, the 2.5 kids and the white picket fence and the fucking 2 cars and the bullshit. And so, all of those people at nighttime are doing weird shit on the computer, on their phones, or together. So it's time to start celebrating it. It's half the reason I started this fucking show. Rant over.
Yes. Well, and really all of the stress and the shame and the crap comes from not the shit crap.
Great,
but like
great choice of words.
Yeah, I don't use the word crap. I don't know why I chose to do that. But it comes from the like suppressing it and the wondering if there's something wrong with you and keeping it a secret and back and forth of, should I tell my partner? No, I couldn't possibly, but I think it might be, no, I can't do it. It comes from the fear of other people's reactions. Imagine if we were in a world, which we will never be in, where you could just be like, I'm into poop. And then you live the rest of your life and you don't think about it. You just do it when you want to do it. And you're not constantly stressing. Like, it comes from other people's bad reactions, shame, discrimination, all of that crap, not actually having the thought itself. So
Yeah.
rant over.
Yeah. Oh my God. No. That was not a rant. That was great. Well, I mean, and piss content has become like such a popular thing in the last, I mean, I would say last 5 years, but really in the last 2, it's like piss content's everywhere. And people were like 10 years ago were like mortified of, oh my God, or whatever. Like, so yeah, so piss content is a thing, but these things are slowly becoming subculture. And then, how many Instagram things have I seen? It's fake, obviously, where like the girl's like holding up the heart. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And there's like a stream going through it, like from off camera.
Oh, yeah.
What were you referencing?
I don't know what side of TikTok I'm on, but
we should compare notes.
You know, Khaleesi in Game of Thrones eats the horse heart.
Oh yeah.
I've seen things of that nature. Anyway,
what are they eating?
Like a heart.
Oh, okay, but it's like a sexual thing.
It's like I don't know. It's like a horror mukbang, but it feels sexual for some people.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
What I was thinking about, my brain just made this connection. My gnome said, I wonder if piss content has gotten so popular over the last 5 years because the research finally proved that squirt and piss pretty much the same thing. So in order to make squirt hot and acceptable, we had to make piss hot and acceptable.
Okay, but let me just interject this, sex therapist woman. Let me
interject it, man.
Yeah. Okay, look, it's not how I meant it, but okay. But okay, so it comes from the same place, but squirt isn't entirely piss. It is actually its own substance, correct?
In the same way.
Oh, we're really gonna have this. We're gonna have this debate.
It's not its own substance. Here's what makes hear me out. This might be a terrible metaphor. I don't know. It's the same in the same way that Gatorade and water are the same. They both have water and all the things that make up water and probably a little bit of whatever chemicals they use to kill bacteria. But Gatorade also has added color and sugar and electrolytes. Yeah. Squirt has the piss part, but it also has female ejaculate from the Skene's gland sometimes, and it's usually more diluted pee because your body pulls all the water to squirt. So it's not been like marinating as long. It's pretty much piss, and that's okay. So let's make piss hot so that squirting can stay hot.
Yeah, for sure. I think that there's two things happening here. There's like if a guy, it's different because the piss content. If it's a guy pissing on a woman, it's like a degradation kink, usually a thing. Whatever, we love it. It's great, consensually. Obviously, don't piss on strangers without asking. But
thank you for that. Thank you for that disclaimer.
Well, look, YouTube is like hot on my trail, and I always want to make sure that when we're going off on these wild rides, Amanda's wild rides, that we want to make sure that's another episode title contender. Amanda's wild ride. Yeah. Oh my God. That we're following it up with get consent. It's a big thing. But women piss content, which I mean, look, there's dudes that want to be pissed on too. They don't care if it's squirt or whatever. And yeah, I think you're right. And a lot of people in porn will tell you, oh, when you're seeing that big arc, like fucking that's piss, because whatever. And and it's fine that now running through all the memories in my sexual history, it's fine that many women pissed on me. Fine, because I thought it was squirt and now it's piss. I don't really care because they were turned on and whatever.
It's a hot liquid either way.
Yeah, and it was always like oh, you're going to make me squirt. You know what I mean? That's the context of that. And I'd be like, and like, yeah, like I'm a squirter, or, you know, stuff like that. So that was always good. If come to find out that was them like pissing, but it felt like an orgasm or whatever, I don't give a shit. Who cares? Yeah. A shower after sex is always invigorating anyway, right?
Especially a golden
Yeah. Well done. Well,
I'm done. Bye.
done. And she's out. But I do think, you know, and we're getting to a little announcement I think you want to make about some stuff you're doing coming up here. But I think it leads perfectly into it, because I do think that people desperately want to get kinkier, and they think that you have to go straight for like the whips, the chains, the gag ball, that special kind of lube. So you're doing something that I think is very, very needed. Take it away.
Yeah. I'm helping people be kink-ish. That's the name of the coaching service brand I've created, kinkish. And it's a space for people to navigate how to get into the kink community if they want to, baby steps at their own pace, what makes sense for them, knowing all of the decorum and like social things you need to know to do it respectfully and not have everyone get mad at you. Or for people that are already in the kink community, they're already kinky, and they're just seeing things that don't really align with how they want to have sex, how they want to connect with people. It's kind of twofold. It's for kinky people who don't want the chaos of the kink community sometimes.
Yeah.
And I want to cover my own ass and say, this is no shade against the kink community. It has that black and red whips and chains feel for a historically significant reason. Like, it comes from the Leatherman community, the gay community, the hanky code. I don't know if you've heard of it, but like, it's underground. It was underground, and that's why it had to be dark and kind of seedy and hush hush, and a little bit dangerous. And some people love it there. They thrive there. That is their space. It's great for them. But I think for the majority of people who are kink curious, it can be scary. And there's really no transition in. If you want to be kinky, if you want to be in the kink community, it's really like jumping in the deep end. And that can scare people away if they do it too fast. They could go in for one thing and magically end up in something totally different and be like, this isn't what I wanted at all. For couples too, like, you're not only managing what one person wants to get into, but two people going in together. That comes with its own set of things you need to figure out and do slowly.
Yeah.
So I'm providing coaching to help people do that, and eventually community building, resources, expanding into like more of a community than an alternative space to, you know, the deep end of the pool.
Sure.
We can have like a bar. It can be like a swim up bar on the way to the deep end.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a great idea. Who doesn't love a swim up fucking bar, by the way?
A nude swim up bar.
Yeah. Just gave me the biggest urge to go on vacation. A nude swim up bar is fucking great. Yeah. Well, I think the important part of it is, and you said it very eloquently, that, I mean, basically kink can be anything. It doesn't have to be put this dog mask on and get on the floor and whatever. It most certainly can be, and we love that. But kink can mean anything to anyone, really. And the people's levels of kink, oh, that's kinky, you're kinky, blah, blah, blah. Like that's always been a different kind of thing. It's never been clearly defined. And I love that you're putting a space together with coaching and community building that people will be able to. So what does that look like, right? let's say there is some noobs, and we love noobs. I think on some level we're all noobs, right? And so if they're single, if they're a couple, and they want to get into the kink space, or they want to try new things, how is the coaching you're going to offer like more down to earth rather than deep end? Like, what does it look like? What does it feel like in the beginning?
Mm-hmm. In the beginning, it's figuring out specifically what you want by talking about the entire spectrum of things, and getting the education of, safety, which is like a pillar of the kink community, not one that's always held up. So
Sure.
Safety, like social skills to be able to go in and connect with the people you want to and ward off the ones you don't, and be respectful. And then clearly mapping out the baby steps that you feel comfortable with, so that you don't get spooked.
Yeah. Because a good experience not only will lead usually to another good experience, but if a good experience or multiple good experiences lead to a weird experience, questionable experience, you'll have those good experiences to fall back on.
Yeah.
So it's foundation,
And the support of, I went to this place and I tried that thing and something wild happened. What the hell was that? I'll be there to be like, it's totally fine. These things can happen. And then for couples, it's a lot of talking about like, what are the barriers? Why haven't we been trying these things?
Mm-hmm.
If they're emotional, if it's scheduling, if it's fear, and then like knocking each of those down so that when you do feel comfortable to start exploring, you don't feel like you're fighting against a whole bunch of obstacles.
Yeah, and I think it's also good for people across the board, right? Like couples, yes. Married or otherwise, great. We love that. You've already got your thing. You might be having some good yes. You're married, right? And so you know what that feels like, and
Yeah, I do know what that feels like.
where that can go and all the things. But like, let's say there's a single, okay, I get hit up a lot with messages from dudes and chicks around the show and whatever. And it's like, hey, and a lot of the dudes are like, how do I get into porn? And I'm like, skip, like, but with the women, there's two mailbags, we'll say. And one is,
mailbags.
Oh my God.
Continue.
Oh my God. Was there a mailbag?
I was thinking testicles.
Oh, okay. Mailbags. Of course you are. Of course you're thinking testicles. Mailbags.
Yeah.
Mail sacks.
So sex, yeah. See, this is what sex therapy with me is like.
Yeah, I love it.
You're trying to make a valid point, and I'm giggling at the pun.
And I giggle about back. I've giggled at a couple of things you said, whatever, and so I think we're very evenly matched. And also too, like at some point, and I'll let you go back and figure it out in the future when you're watching this. You probably don't watch these things back, but at some point, I got a little bit of free sex therapy out of you, so I'll let you figure out what
keeps happening.
Just send me a bill; it's fine.
Okay, mailbags.
Yeah, so with women. One is, how do I do OnlyFans, potentially mainstream? I have a gangbang fantasy, but I'm terrified, whatever it is, right? So there's that. Mm-hmm. The other is, I'm very kinky. I think I'm kinky. I tried FetLife. I tried this other app, Field or something, and I'm alone. I'm a single girl. I'm a single woman. I don't know what, like, this is kind of scary, right? Mm-hmm. So with your new program in mind, with your new coaching program, Kinkish, which I love the fucking name. I think that's, quite possibly, a Netflix series, Kinkish.
If anyone wants to reach out to me, business inquiries, kinkishcoaching@gmail.com. Continue.
Well, as long as Netflix isn't going through some kind of merger that they need approval from someone on, I think you could
What,
probably
Fox
get
News?
some
Okay.
something, yeah. But how would like a single girly pop? How would a single girly pop go about exploring the kink world on her own safely if she feels drawn to that kind of stuff?
Yeah. There's a lot of ways, but the one my mind goes to first is find the other single girly pops and group up
Uh-huh.
and get in there. There are like physical spaces. There's networking events where you just talk about your kinks with kinky people, but it's like very much in public. You can like go to the swinger house, go to the sex house. There are events. Look on the internet. Go on the apps or whatever and find even just 2 to 3 girly pops and then infiltrate, because sometimes it's just the fear of going in alone and not knowing who you're going to interact with. Some of the single guys at these events can be not the best. If everyone's coupled up, it can be really cliquey. Like, that's part of this too, is like the kink community can be cliquey even within different kinks, like sub communities.
Yeah.
But even within a space, like if you go in alone, you're gonna have a hard time. So that would be kind of one thing, is let's log in right now and find a couple girls that you think you'd be friends with,
Mm-hmm.
and be friends with them, and then go fuck some shit up.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah. But again, that comes with its pitfalls too, because you don't know these people and they might have, I don't want to say ulterior motives, but they might think, oh, this woman wants to be my pet dog and wants to blow me or something. Like, so how do
I was
you
saying friendship wise, you don't
well,
have to
no,
play together.
right. But I'm
Just
saying
go.
a lot of people on those apps, I mean, is it just communication where you're like, hey, I'm not looking to be caged or anything by you. I just want to like safety in numbers, and maybe we could learn some things from each other and be safe. To like, how do they approach that?
Plenty of people do that on probably not apps that are meant to be dating apps. Because
Yeah.
yes, the signals would get mixed. I don't know if
Oh
Field
my
is supposed to
God.
be a dating app, but on FetLife, you can go in and post, or your local Reddit page, I want to go to this event. I'm a single female, any other single females, and do it in a community space, not on a left, right, do you want to fuck app.
Yeah, and get proof of life too. Make sure you FaceTime with that
That.
person or something.
Yeah.
That's not,
That's the safety part for sure.
Yeah. Let's reverse the question and make it incredibly difficult on Amanda's wild ride. Let's let's say it is the dreaded situation where it's a single man and he's like, I want to go to sex parties. I want to get on Field. I want to get on Fat Life. I want to dom some shit. Here comes this guy, and everyone's like, no, not another single guy who wants to be a dom. But let's just say that's what they want, or maybe they don't want to be a dom. Maybe they want to be a sub, right? It's way trickier, as it should be, because men, it's a whole thing. And I'm a man, and I get it, and I understand why. I mean, I just talked to someone who there's like a 10% threshold of single men they allow at the sex party. And that's for good reason. I mean, as a single man, you wouldn't want to go to a sex party that's 60% dudes standing around jorking it. You know what I mean?
Jorking it.
If it's not your thing, right? So from a professional standpoint, with kinkish in mind, Amanda, let's give the guys some advice on how they can be more in their curiosity, but also like be less douchey. Like, what kind of things can they do to get more invites and accept, and approach women and say in a respectful way and say, hey, I'd like to tie you up, or I'd like you to tie me up, or I heard this thing about when people shit, or whatever. How do they go about it?
this is the part that nobody likes, but
I know.
you role play it. You give your approach to somebody that you trust is going to be honest with you and say, that part was creepy. That part came across creepy, even though I know you didn't mean it to. And you
Yeah.
workshop, what does it look like to take maybe this approach with it? Or if you word it this way. Lingering is a big problem at clubs or sex parties, right? How do you, voyeurism, exhibitionism is different, but sometimes people will linger at parties, not participate, and just stare.
Yeah.
Voyeurism aside, that's where it's, you learn how to do that respectfully, but what's stopping you from joining, getting involved? Like, what are these things that are going on inside your head that are appearing not so great to other people?
Yeah.
But it's really hard to do, because I know a huge fear with men in general is coming across creepy when they
Yeah.
don't, when they're just trying to get what they want, sexually. So that's part of it. Also, the importance of building relationships, not romantic, but like building relationships with people at these events. If you can just make like one connection, one friend, you get pretty good with one organizer, get your foot in the door, you're not going to keep having to like apply to be the one single guy at these events. If they know you and they trust you, you can build that over time. They're going to keep having you back, and it won't be like trying to claw your way in forever. I don't know if that was helpful at all, but it's such an individual thing. Like, are you actually creepy, or are you just coming across creepy?
Well, helpful. I think that was more than helpful. I want to address number 2, where you get close to the organizers and the promoters for the event, the marketing people, and everybody. Right? What a fucking, not just like sex party kink hack that is. That's a life hack. The first rule of nightlife is get the door guy's birthday, make sure you give him a birthday, whatever, right? It's like you
show up early and help set up.
anything.
Like they ran out of ice. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll go get it. Like,
Yeah.
it's small
Bing.
things.
Yeah. I mean, and in life in general, right? And because 1, you want access, sure, but 2, it's because you want to be someone who is adding to the experience, because something inside you. So there's that. What a hack that is. But first, you said to take your approach, their cold approach, we'll call it, and like practice, like find someone to practice it on, like a woman to practice it on, and then that woman will tell them the part about the sardines is really creepy, or like whatever. Like you want them to practice that.
Like, put your can opener away, bud.
Yeah, keep it on your belt.
That's where coaching comes in. This isn't something you could just do with your girlfriends at a party. Like, in a
Or like
coaching
your drunk
scenario,
aunt or something. Yeah, you don't want to.
right? I would be like, okay, right now, paint me the picture. What's your opening line? Like, what are you asking people for, and how might that be misinterpreted? Or, the hope is that I will have connections with, event organizers in major cities right now, just 2. But I can have boots on the ground of people there saying like, yeah, like, this is what I saw. This is, bringing somebody in that's like physically in that space, to give feedback to, or to give their tips, because each group is different. Each club is different. Each house is different. So,
So basically they just need to hire you.
It'll help. It's not gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's why. That's what the beauty of the program. It's not just a cool name, Kinkish. It's that you just demonstrated in real time how you can refine your approach that may come across creepy, just because or like you said, like if you're scared about you don't want to fall into a camp of, oh, that's disgusting, or like or whatever that is. That's a valid those are all valid. And so, and working with you can help that. I think it's beautiful. I think what you're doing is fucking incredible. I know you, before we started recording, said you wanted to give me some shit for something, and so I'll allow you to take the wheel and go ahead and just give me shit.
I have a bone to pick with you.
Let's hear it.
Letting that one pass by. It's Halloween time. I have a bone to pick with you. So I'm going to be so honest. I'm going to out myself. I don't listen to every episode of your podcast.
Oh my God, you don't?
No, I'm so sorry. You don't have to air this. But my friend does. And
which we love. Thank you so much. Yes.
And he texted me very late one night saying, "Excuse me, Dustin said that there has never been a Wednesday Addams porno and that whoever he was interviewing, they should really get on that." And he sent me a picture of him holding, I don't know if it was a DVD or a VHS.
It was a DVD. Yeah.
Of
maybe I could have
Addams porno.
I can have my editor Stephanie pop something up. Yeah, we'll see.
He said, I just want you to know that he was incorrect about that. And so I sent that to Dustin and said, "You were incorrect about that." And I didn't catch that one. I have personally flipped through my friend's porn collection because he collects like obscure, wild porn. You should have him on. But like shark pussy or like Avatar porn, Wednesday Addams porn, like the wild stuff.
Sure.
And I should have remembered, but I think it's called A Very Adult Wednesday Addams. And if you can find it on DVD, you should check it out.
Yeah, I'm sure it's available for digital download everywhere too. Okay, so let me explain. Okay. I had adult star and all around amazing person, Violet Voss, on the program. We're going to say program because it feels old school and cool, right? Showing that elder millennial, right? So I had her on the show. She looks strikingly like Morticia Addams. Okay.
Can I Google real quick?
Yeah. Violet Voss. She looks strikingly like Morticia Addams. And Wednesday is incredibly popular right now. And I was like, why are they not casting you as Morticia Addams in it? I mean, she needs to be in like a series. And I'm like, hey, the stepmom, family dynamic, is like really hot right now. Like it could be like a Wednesday Morticia get it on. Maybe they find out Wednesday was adopted or something. I don't know, right? But
stepmom, okay.
Yeah, or something, right? And there's a whole thing with the hands, it or whatever it's
right
called.
There, like it's all there.
It writes itself, right? So I was unaware, and I believe the legend herself, Joanna Angel, is in the DVD that your friend sent a picture of, who may or may not be coming to the show in the future. Wink, wink. So there has been a Wednesday Addams Family porn parody, and I was incorrect that there wasn't, but not one with Violet Voss, and they really need to get her in there. So I'm glad that you called me out on it. I think it's fucking. I could not believe when I saw that picture. I was like, oh my God! And actually, I haven't sent it to Violet, but I will. I will after this. I'll do it today. I'll be like, oh my God, someone sent this in.
Okay, so if she's Morticia, who's Wednesday in your version?
Honestly, I don't know, because you need someone who is willing to like throw down, right? You need someone who's like willing to do like spooky, the dirty family, there's kind of vibe, and you need it to be sort of like gothy, horny, spooky. I mean, there's quite a few contenders. I'm trying to think of people I had on the show I could shout out.
Yeah, top 3 dream cast.
Magnum. She's awesome and would do a good Wednesday Addams. She's been on the show. It's MAG, next word NUMB, Magnum. Get it?
I like that.
I honestly, the other two I can't even think.
Magnum.
But I think Violet Voss, Magnum, and now I don't know who plays Uncle Fester
Yeah. Do you want to be the hand? You can be the hand if you want.
I feel like I would honestly love to write or direct a scene like that. You know what I'm saying? The hands. Yeah. Oh wait, Cousin It is not I don't remember. That I get the thing,
Thing.
and then it mixed up. I think
Blurred.
It is the hand. Cousin It. I don't know.
Thing is the hand.
Yeah, Thing is the hand. Cousin It is the hair piece that
Yeah.
talks or makes wiggle noises.
He got
Wiggle
cut
noises.
out of
Yeah.
the show, right? What happened to him?
I don't know. I haven't not watched a single episode of Wednesday, but I do recall like the old black and white Addams Family is the fucking bomb.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah. It's so good.
Well, I'll be
I'm so glad
on
that we
set.
Safety coordinator.
Sure. I was gonna say fluffer, but that's not correct. I'll do that too. I can do that as well. I'll step out of my field for a minute.
Well, I didn't Well, someone's got to help out Gomez, Uncle Fester, and Lurch, right? So I'm sure that they would welcome your expertise on all things. You know what I mean?
That's a circle jerk you'd want to see.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of height difference going on there, so it'd be very interesting to see how you'd pull that off. Get it? Pull that off? Amanda Pahl, thank you so much for being with me on Sex Party once again for your fourth appearance. If you don't believe it, go back and check out all of her shows. Let's remind these wonderful, insane, horny, party-going Handy Mandy fans where they can find your social media and follow you and pressure you to do more podcasts with me and on your own and whatever, where they can work with you, and most importantly, like where they can find the kinkish stuff and start supporting that.
Yeah. Kinkish is kinkish.org. We bought the URL. You better believe. And all my social media is Handy Mandy Sex Therapy on Instagram, Handy Mandy storefront on Amazon, and the Handy Mandy podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts.
What about TikTok? Are you still banned?
I'm not banned, but I'm protesting them by not posting.
Okay. So, yeah, all right. All right. Well, I can't wait to have you back for a fifth time. This has been so much fun and like fun chaos, and I love it. And we'll set it up, but until then, have a great kinkish weekend.
Thank you. No, that was great.
Yeah. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Huge thank you to Amanda Pahl for being with me on the show again this week. Make sure you go check out everything she is doing. Go work with her. Go check out Kinkish. Follow her on Instagram. Follow the new Kinkish Instagram. Support her, but also apply gentle pressure for her to reboot her podcast, keep offering things. We need to keep the pressure on her to, in a friendly way, to keep creating because she is a blast. If you're loving guests like Amanda, you want to see her again, she will be back. We already know this. You might see her a little cameo in the Christmas special this year, right? But let's say you're loving not only Amanda, but you're loving every guest. Let's say you're still on board with all my kooky weirdness, right? What can you do to show that love, that appreciation, but also that desire for more Sex Party? Well, if you're listening to this on platforms like Apple and Spotify, you could leave a rating, you could leave a review. I appreciate that, and I will turn to that when I need some reassurance. Maybe I'm having a sad day. I will look at those ratings, I will look at those reviews, and I will say, wow, these mean a lot to me. But honestly, more importantly, what you want to do is make sure you're subscribed to the show so you never miss a new episode every single Wednesday, especially if you're subscribed or you think you're subscribed on Apple Podcasts. They've been doing this strange thing where they're unsubscribing people to certain shows for whatever reason we don't know. So go to Apple Podcasts, go to Sex Party with Dustin Rybka. In the upper right-hand corner If you see a pause button, it means they have paused your subscription to this show. Tap that button. Drop-down menu will appear. Toggle on down to resume subscription, resume downloads, whatever it is. Hit that, boom, you're resubscribed. If you're watching on YouTube, I love you. I see you. I appreciate you. If you're watching on YouTube, do you want help exploring your kinks? It's a simple yes or no. You could leave, some anecdotes with it or whatever, but do you want help exploring your kinks? Leave it in the comments. And remember, you're on YouTube. They're a little wacky with censorship. So I don't know, maybe use code words or something. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to make sure you never miss a new episode, you want to show some love, some hate, some rage, some confusion towards the show. Maybe you're just confused by this whole thing. Sometimes I am. How can you do that? Well, you could like this video. You could like all the videos. You could comment positively or negatively on this video, on all the videos. We will go back and forth. We will have an exchange. It'll be awesome. But whether you love the show, you hate the show, or you're just utterly shocked and confused by the show, you want to make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you never miss a new episode every single Wednesday. As always, I'm available in the DMs on Instagram, and I will see you all right back here next week.
Thanks for listening. The party continues next week. Click subscribe and let's make this a regular thing. Follow the show on Instagram and Twitter at SexPartyFM. Follow Dustin at Dustin Rybka.